There's nothing like being home for the holidays, and that is doubly true for veterans just back from Iraq or Afghanistan. But what happens when they return home wounded and with different needs? Well, if they're lucky, they team up with the group that Early Show national correspondent Hattie Kauffman is about to introduce you to.
I have broken my left leg and my right arm, broken ribs, ruptured some discs.
For Jeremy Weissmiller, just getting up his front steps is extremely dangerous. The stairs are rickety, his legs unsteady, and one fall could leave him permanently paralyzed.
If I fall just right, then I am going to become a full paraplegic.
Jeremy served in Kuwait, Iraq, and Afghanistan. He was injured and redeployed repeatedly.
It was a great joy and a dream of mine to be able to do what I did for my country. And I do not regret it, and I would go back and do it all over again.
He's a dad and he's a man, and he wants to do these things, and I mean, at 30 years old, he's still learning what his body can't do now.
Walking with crutches leaves Jeremy in excruciating pain, so he spends part of his time in a wheelchair. His dream home, built on a hillside, only adds to the problem. Enter Sears. Sears, teamed with volunteers from the nonprofit Rebuilding Together, went to work, making Jeremy's mountain home more handicap-friendly.
You're a Marine, you're a tough guy, and you have to accept some help now from folks.
Yeah.
That's kind of hard.
Yeah, it's difficult to ask and to accept help.
When the volunteers complete their work, Jeremy will have a wheelchair-accessible shower, wider doorways, and a lift so he can avoid those dangerous steps.
While the VA can address medical needs, on the housing side, there isn't much by way of resources.
Before the home makeover, Jeremy couldn't maneuver through the house, which deprived him of the simplest things.
You have access. You can roll right over, get something out of the fridge.
I have full access to the kitchen and the sink and bathroom.
And because his bedroom was down a flight of steps, Jeremy spent the last 3 years sleeping in the living room.
I can actually sleep in a bed now instead of having to stay in a reclining chair.
Jeremy is just a model of a person. You know, you see him, you see his family, you see how he's so endearing. You want to help him and his family.
He was bound and determined to get down there and shake all their hands and, you know, say thank you to them for what they're doing.
This holiday season, the greatest gift for the Weissmillers is security, knowing their house is no longer a danger for Dad.
What words of advice would you have for some others? There are plenty more injured guys out there.
Please get the help. You need to move on and live a healthier, happier life. And not only for yourself, but for your family. For your family.
Hattie Kauffman, CBS News, Crestline, California.
So far, Heroes at Home volunteers have renovated 250 homes for injured veterans.